see a pipe there, maybe part of a vehicle or something like that. And there's this. Looks like, oh yeah, look at this, Napa. Well, looks like it was a flap for a truck that was out here. They had Napa truck flaps. This video sponsored by Napa Auto Parts. Just kidding. Well, you never know what you'll find out here in these areas. Hi, I'm Florida Trailblazer. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing great, enjoying the outdoors, fresh air today. Being out in nature always helps make me feel good. And I'm exploring this beautiful wilderness in the green swamp. A lot of trails and areas to roam here. Beautiful nature. Today we're going to take a journey into these woods. See what we can discover along the way. There's a lot of interesting layers of history to this place. You see, there were mining operations all throughout these areas. And it's everything from limestone mining, sand mining, phosphate, all sorts of operations that took place here in the past. And it's just one of the layers of history to this place. If you listen really close, you can hear these frogs off in the distance here behind me in these swamps. Just take a listen. There's a few of them, you can hear them. They're communicating. Walking down this area here, and there's a alligator just up ahead. Looks like it's just sunning itself out here on this forest road. You can see that alligator there behind me. Just enjoying the nature out here, sunning itself on that forest road. And I do have to walk past it. And I've been watching it for a while now. It hasn't moved. It's just been sitting there sunning itself. So beautiful though. Now as I walked up on this alligator, I didn't get real close because it hissed at me. So that was good. It gave me a warning. But I was just down by some areas where the water is, and you'd expect to see him more down by there. Up here is drier. And it just goes to show, you can find these alligators everywhere in these woods. So I'm going to be very cautious. I'm going to walk around this way to the woods. And as I'm walking this way, I'm watching the alligator. They are really fast, so. Okay, I'm just behind the alligator. It's probably about 30 feet or 40 feet or so that way on that dirt road. I'm trying to pass by it. I also don't want to go out of its view, so it knows where I'm at. Okay. Made it past there. I'm gonna go back on this dirt road. Back on this dirt road, and you can still see the alligator there. I was just over there on the other side of it. I walked around through this way in the woods, came back out on this side. Didn't want to walk in front of it and disturb it. Starting to see some limestone deposits around the area. Here's one of the old roads used during the mining operations out here. See some traces from the past up there as a foundation. Let's take a look at this. Most likely there was another piece attached here on top of this foundation. And over in that direction, in the brush, some more foundations as well, so there could have been something right here that connected to that side. Very interesting. We'll go down to this dirt path here, walk around this area a little bit more, see what else we can see in this area. Well, there's a lot of brush here. It's all overgrown, so it's important to be careful in these areas. Snakes like to hide out in these particular habitats, so I'm always watching my step. So here's this dirt road. So foundation was over in that area that I was just exploring, and there were most likely conveyor belts or some sort of setup here that crossed over to this side. It's really overgrown right now, but there's some foundations covered up over there. Further back into the wilderness here, and I found this old quarry. It's really nice, beautiful, scenic, so let's take a look around this area. Some remains over here. Looks like some rails. This could be part of a bridge, something like that. You can see the rails right there. And there's a lot of railroad history throughout this swamp. And in fact, an old railroad line goes right by this mine. Oftentimes, these rails get repurposed Now it appears this area is still mined. In fact, I can see a Mack truck right here. So forestry still comes out here, mines this area. Southwest Florida Water Management District. So when you're hiking through these areas, you may see them out here. Some remains over here. Let's take a look at this old chain. That is really heavy duty. See part of a rail there. You can see where all this is dug up. A lot of shells. In fact, most of this here is compiled of these shells. Now what's interesting about these shells is that you'll find these all around Florida in many of the dirt roads and pathways. And in fact, long ago many of Florida's roads were built using these shells. They provide a great foundation, and a lot of these shells here come from nearby rivers and waterways. Hundreds and thousands of years ago, the Native American Indians in these areas would compile these shells into shell middens. And you can still see a lot of these middens along the waterways today throughout Florida, but a lot of them were mined for the shells because they make for great building materials. It's an old steel cable. You can see where some digging was taking place here. It sort of dead ends this area, but if you look closely through here, you can see the quarry. And it does look like there's sort of a game path through here. The water goes up to this area actually. You can barely see it, but this could be a spot where alligators come in and out of. Made it to this area where you can get some amazing views of the quarry out here. It's filled in with water today. Let's take a look at this. You can see how clear the water is right here, and it just drops off. The water is really nice. So beautiful and peaceful out here. A lot of fish, alligators, and turtles in these waters. And just imagine at one time this wasn't filled in. You would have a lot of mining operations going on out here. And today nature is reclaiming this place. Looks like someone built a fire out here. Nice place to sit down here. Some pathways here around this quarry. See some more trails over here across the way, so I'm gonna hike over that direction. Might be easier to go around this way. I want to come up to this area because it takes you a little above this quarry. You can get a nice view of this whole entire area. I was hiking around that mine for a while, so beautiful there. Enjoyed it. Hope you liked it as well. And I'm continuing on into the wilderness here. There's so many places to explore. I just came out to this intersection where this trail veers off to another direction. And if I go this way, I'm not too far from the Withlacoochee River. So what do you say we go down here, take a look at the river. here by the Withlacoochee River. And this river flows for miles through this wilderness. You can see the water line on that tree right there, which indicates how high this river can reach at certain times of the year. I always enjoy walking for as long as I can along these areas here in the forest. It's amazing scenery, wildlife along this river, and history as well.